All right, Tube, I wanted to cut y'all back on. Take a pause for a few, because I gotta go get some bolts. These are my lower control arms and my upper control arms. I took both uppers off and replaced them with the UMI. I'm in the middle of doing the lowers. Definitely learning, but I'm starting to see a lot of the rust, man. Look at this. Look at this. This was the sway bar bolts right here. I mean, it's completely focused. Let me see if I can focus it in. Completely chewed up. So I got to order me some more 4 sway bar bolts. You know, they really chewed up. And I'm not going to put those back in there. Not when I'm putting all this in there. Now, I think the only thing I wish I would have did was take it all down and redo the chassis and all that other stuff. Like spray it down, grind it down. But I'm on a budget. It's a budget build. The frame off restoration stuff, I don't know nothing about. I think I might attempt it whenever I take this motor out of it and rebuild it, because I want to put a new cam, springs. I want to do all that. But right now it's a cruiser, and there's no reason to spend the money, and it's running and driving as of right now. So I'm going to just focus on the rear suspension as of right now. So that's the only thing I wish I would have did. But if I'm not taking the motor out, there's really no reason to go ahead and do it, because, you know what I mean, I got to disconnect the motor just to take it off the frame. You know what I mean? All the bells and whistles. So I'm going to wait, you know what I mean, because I'm going to end up taking the motor, the transmission, all that out. Once something goes wrong with it, or I get the money to do the performance upgrades to the motor. But this is what I have so far, too. I'm going to take a break, like I said, and see what I can do about these bolts. Let me zoom in up here. As you can see, I don't know if you can really see it. Let me see if I can shine some light on this real quick. Both of my flashlights went dead on me. Alright, as you can see, this is the lower rear control arm. I don't really want to get down here, but that's in along with the frame reinforcement. Everything is not really bolted down quite yet. I don't know if y'all can see that real. That's the frame reinforcement. I got to still do the other side, but I want to do one side at a time. That way I can get the feel of it. And also, here go the uppers. The uppers are done too. Look at that. Uppers are done. On both sides, the uppers are done. You can see that. Both sides. I did the uppers first, not realizing that the frame reinforcement had to be bolted on with it. So I was a little upset about that, because I had to undo my work. But even then, it was easy because the bolts was completely, I greased them and lubed them up, so they came off pretty easily. Just with a little working. So, I mean, I'm learning, you know. As you see, the exhaust is bouncing because I had to undo the exhaust real quick. But she's coming along. She's coming along. Just gotta wait for some bolts. I'm gonna reuse the sway bar, my old sway bar, but I'm gonna grind it down, make it look good. But like I said, it's not, once you get the hang of it, you know what I mean? Once I did the first time, it was a little rough, but after that, it started to get easier and easier. But this is my build, you know what I mean? Again, as you can see, there's a lot of parts over here that's waiting to go in. My frame reinforcements for the front, tower reinforcements for the rear, and also for the body, the reinforcement for the body, as I showed you. There's one that's already bolted down. None of this is all bolted down really, really tight yet, because I want to make sure I got everything right before I make the same mistake I made the first time. But there you have it, too. A little something light. I'll kick y'all back on when I get the rest of the bolts in. Wow. As you can see, this is the upper control arm right here, and I'm replacing it with these bad boys right here. Upper control arms. Tubular, you know what I mean? They look good. Let me tell you something. Took me some learning. Even though it's just bolt in, bolt out. I ain't gonna hold you. I spent like 30 minutes just trying to get that one out. But I guess it's a work in progress. It's a learning curve. Yo. There you have it. She all done. All new rear suspension. As you can see, the table is now empty. The only thing left is the front bracing, which I'm going to do that probably at a later date. Again, these springs were for 2 to 3 inch drop. The only thing I'm concerned about is it is really no, that's as far as she goes. She dropped down. So I'm kind of concerned because she was already low anyway. She was already scraping the bottom anyway. So I'm kind of concerned a little bit because I thought it was going to drop a little bit more. I got the jack underneath there, but you'll see shortly that jack isn't supporting anything. Let me get down low to show you what I got so far. All right, there you have it. Everything in. New shocks. New lowers. New uppers. You on my? I even put the frame to stiffen up the frame bracing. Also, if you look up here, I got the tower bracing. Everything went in relatively easy. When you do one side, the second side is relatively easy unless you get the bolts that's rusted out. And a lot of my bolts was rusted out. But everything else was relatively easy once you figure out what you're doing. And for me, you know, it took me a lot of figuring out. But it took me 2 days to do these. I'm gonna drop it down, see what's going on with the tires, see how far the tires go, and then later on I'm gonna change the differential fluid. But I want to lower it down to see how far we drop. All right, y'all. I'll cut y'all back on. One. All right, two. As you can see, everything's in, man. Everything's in. Here go the old stuff. I put it to the side so I can show you what I got. Those are the uppers, the lowers, and the shocks. The only thing I'm be waiting on is sway bar bolts. As you can see, these are really pitted up and messed up, and it was hard to get off. So I'm not even gonna put that junk back up there. I'm gonna let those ride. I'm just waiting to put the sway bar on there. The rear sway bar. Either way, it's gonna be nasty for the next couple of days, so I'm not really worried about it. And not only that, I still got to change the rear differential fluid. So I got to jack it back up, but I wanted y'all to see what it looked like so far. Just a little minor update. I'm definitely liking the squat, but I don't know. I can't really say it looked like it's lower than it was before, but it was scraping the bottom on bumps anyway. So this is like, man, I'm hoping that the shocks, you know, once I dial them in, they'll stiffen up a little bit in the rear. As of right now, I haven't touched any of the knobs, nothing. I just installed it and put it in and just dropped it down. I wanted to see what it looked like. But as you can see, everything is in. All the goodies are off the table. The only thing left is the front frame support or whatever. But I'm going to do that after I do the differential and all that other good stuff. I'm going to pull it out maybe on a nice day, just jack up the front and then bolt that on. I'm not sure if it's a bolt on or do you got to drill holes. I still got to open up the paperwork for it. But this was a 2-day job for a novice. You know what I'm saying? Somebody that really don't know too much. But I'm getting there. You know what I mean? Like I said, the rear look like it's sitting a little bit lower than the front. Not by much, but like I said, it might just be the weight. I was a little worried about the spacing of the tire and the frame. I got about that much space in between the tire and the frame. I mean, it's tight, boy. You could it's about that much right there. But I like the way she came out. I like the way she looked. Let me show you let me get her from the back. You know what I mean? What you want? What you want? All right, let me get up in the back real quick. So she's squatting. It look like she's squatting in the rear. More traction, I'm guessing. But there you have it. Move out. There you have it, too. That's just a little something. Keep y'all updated. I still got things to do. I'll keep y'all updated on the differential and all that other stuff in the front bar. But I just wanted to shoot y'all a quick update, show you what I've been up to during this quarantine. And I'm looking forward to driving her, man. Be honest with you, just see how she ride. All right. So I'll holler at y'all later. Yeah, boy.